Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am LookinToad, and I have the pleasure of running Rollchan 4 this morning. I am underslept and overcaffeinated, which is the norm, so yeah, we're good to go. This ROM hack is really cool. It's basically just Mega Man 4 proper, like how it normally is. The sprites are touched up a little bit, and some of the enemy sprites and the boss sprites from the original game. And then you get to play as Roll, which is fun and cool, and she gets pink balloons and all kinds of stuff. And Tango is in instead of Rush, which is also really cool. So, but other than that, it's the same game, so we'll just kind of hop into it. And I am ready to go. Yep, alright. Want me to count it? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, woo! So first up is Pharaoh. Pharaoh and Bright are the two major routes for this game. Pharaoh is faster, just slightly by about 6 seconds. Bright is a perfectly viable and fun route to do. Almond City, who's just above me, does Bright first, so I mean it's a really good route to do. But this is a fun route that I like a lot. Yeah. Okay. That's scary. Yeah, that would have been awful. 3, 4, 5. For the relay, we had a gentleman's agreement to use coil. My natural instinct is to just jump over there, but the coil is definitely way safer for marathon. I just wasn't thinking about it. I probably should have coiled, but it went well.
Toad just picked up the balloon.
Yes, there's a lot of really cool weapon usage. Balloon in particular is used for all kinds of really interesting movement for the only zip in the game. And there's some other weapons I'll talk about later when I get them that are pretty nifty as well. But there's a lot of what you see in a lot of games just taking advantage of some stuff that are oversights, in this game in particular. But it's very fun. It's very good. Yeah. But yeah, so the reason we go to Pharaoh first to get that extra time is to pick up the balloon and to get Pharaoh Man's weapon to fight Bright Man with. It's not his weakness, but you'll see when we get to the fight that it's faster than Buster. So yeah, it's that. I love that little strat. It's fun. So here's Pharaoh. Contact damage is huge in this game. Everything wants to hug you to death. So Pharaoh, though, is cool because he only does 4 damage when he hits you. I was just trying to go for a little CFO strat there that I've been implementing, but it just depended on him staying still. Yeah, he likes to jump around, but he's not too bad.
I like the fact that he aggroes everything.
Yeah, not too bad. He's pretty straightforward. So there's magic pixels that you can stand in the center and you zip to the middle without hitting the ceiling first. With Roll, I don't know any of the visual cues, so with Mega Man it's a lot easier. Yes, and her dress too. Yeah, see, Bright Man's a little blue in the center, so be right.
That's really, really cool platform.
Yeah. Yes, it's amazing in this game. It only uses a little ammo to initiate the freeze. You can still fire bullets, whereas in yeah, I had to take a little double there, but yeah, we might get a drop. Yeah, that's fine. Drop is good. Baby one. So this is probably one of the more difficult strats in the game, and it's my favorite. So let's see if we can do it. And we got it. Cool. Yeah, it's a really fun strat. Baron Haynes came up with it, and it's just really cool. I love doing it every time. It's one of those strats that's frustrating to mess up, but satisfying to get, and that kind of goes hand in hand. Yes. Yeah, you don't want to do that. It's actually at the point now where it's distracting and confusing for me to do that room with the lights on, because I'm used to doing it in the dark. And so when the lights are on, it just throws me off. Yeah, and it's broken because you can, That was meant to be a wobble. So it's a pretty dangerous fight because you typically get to him with really low health. And, yeah, he does 8, which is pretty powerful. Yeah, he's chonky. He's a big man. Yeah. So we're a little safer now with all the health we have, but it's unfortunate to die to Bright Man. But it is dangerous because to maximize the damage, you want to do those wobbles, and you already get there with really low health from the balloon strat. So, yeah. They all want to just crash into you, yeah. Yes. So dying to Bright isn't a total huge crying loss. Yeah. Right. It's always frustrating to die like on the screen before the corridor and stuff like that. So that's not too bad. If you're not doing Pharaoh first, this is where you see the balloons for the first time, for this little vertical here. And it's also, we're going to be using Pharaoh from the beginning. This is a really tightly routed stage as far as ammo and health goes, because you spend both pretty tightly. Right. Good. Yeah. Just cruise through them. This is the stew. I was supposed to go down and kill that saw. Oh, yeah. A lot of, like, Mega Man 3 and 4, and a lot of them are leg management is pretty big for strategies. Yeah. There's a lot of just mini-boss. Yeah. I got her back deboost there, so that's good. Hey, got our life back, so that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. This is as far as like stages go and how they're relevant to the boss master. This has some pretty cool stuff. I didn't check my health before I got there. You're normally supposed to take a regular deboost. His rings do less damage, so you can, if you don't have enough health to just go right through him, you can do that. Yeah. This is ideally a fixed fight and the same thing every time. It's tight and a little scary whenever you do it, but it's consistent if you get it. So, and it's very typical to get to him with like absolutely abysmal health, because you spend your health like ammo in this stage. And lots of deboosting, and yeah. It's not uncommon at all to get to him with like 2 health. That's pretty typical depending on what happens. This next stage is one of the more dangerous ones in the game. Thus, man, it's really easy to die everywhere. Some stages it's hard to die, but easy to go slow because of the strats. There's a lot of little strats that's easy to mess up. This is one where you'll just die if you mess up. So it's pretty annoying. Starting now is where it gets hard. You have to kill these guys as they come out of the pit, which is a little scary. Little tiny slide jump there. There's 2 major strats here, is Bright and Pharaoh. Pharaoh's a little trickier, it's faster, and I think it's more satisfying. It's just more fun to play. So this is the major lag screen. In this screen you want to try to kill these guys right away and basically pray that they don't drop anything. Because the drops and all the sprites on screen will cause lag. But that was a really smooth room, that went really well. We had very minimal drops, we were moving fast, so that's good. Oh, come on. This is also another dangerous gonna kill you section right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna get fast crushers though already. Yeah, I can tell. Nightmare! Alright. We're just gonna try to cruise through. Like, cruise is... Welcome to my Let's Play. this is... This is actually... This room is actually fairly consistent and not that scary. But that's probably the worst I have done it in like a year. So it's unfortunate. That was pretty much improvising, yeah. But that's okay. I mean, it's like not dramatic. I mean, it's definitely better to just kind of worm your way through it if you mess up, as opposed to, you know, killing yourself and wasting ammo and stuff. If you have good movement, you can make it under that guy, but I didn't. The only... Here we go. Yeah, the only way to stop him from sucking is to hit him with your body. And if you don't have enough health, then you just have to take it. It's 4 seconds every time he does it too, so it's unfortunate. But that's how it does. And the ring is only 1 pixel for its hitbox. Not a big deal when you're fighting Dust because he's pretty big and stable, but like with Moth, it's super annoying, as you'll see later. Like almost everything in this game has a 1 pixel hitbox, all the weapons, but they look big, so it's kind of deceptive. Next is Skull. This is a really cool speed stage. Lots of balloon tech, lots of cool, tight movement. Very satisfying to play. Another one that's a little frustrating if you keep messing up in little ways, but very fun. Oh yeah. Yeah, Skullman and Diveman are usually the ones that get a lot of love, I find, for this game. Okay, there's our only zip in the game. Unlike Mega Man 1 and 2, you have to be having some iframes go. Oh, ah! Okay. There's a cool strat in this room I wanted to do, where we had to go with the basic strat that you normally do. See, lots of little ways to bonk and mess stuff up. Yeah. Yeah, when you're sliding too, your hitbox is super tiny. Like, it just shrinks down, like, to, like, 3 little pieces in the middle, which is cool. So this is where we start Flash Stopper. Flash Stopper is insane in this game, like we were talking earlier, but the big thing that makes it crazy is that when you are sliding, the timer for it to unfreeze does not go down. Sliding affects a lot of stuff in this game in a weird way. So it's just an essential tool for just making some screens trivial. Like, you're going to see me use it exclusively throughout the next few stages until we get to castles, and then it's gone forever. But for the end of this stage and the next 3 stages, I'll be switching to it like right at the beginning of the stage and just using it for the entire duration of the stage. Yeah. I know, yeah. the palette they work with. Yeah. Yeah, because of the shield. Yeah, it's another consistent fight like Ringman. It's ideally the same thing every time, except for his shield, which you can leave. You can get rid of it right away, or you can leave it up for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds like the magic number for time loss. Drillman, when he dives, 4 seconds. Like, so, a little silly. But Skull Barrier is a fun weapon, I guess. Unlike Wood Shield, it doesn't come off your body, so I guess it's not as cool. But, so Dive Man, this is a fun stage. There's some really, really cool strats. Yeah. What makes this stage difficult is you cannot jump out of slides underwater, like you can. So you have to Mega Man 6 it and cancel all your slides. But I'm gonna just do the safe stuff instead of all the canceling, which isn't too bad. Kinda just have to cruise. Alright, oh, hold on a second. Ah! Alright. Ah! Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that was coming up, so I should have done something with my headset first. That's okay. I just didn't want to throw it off. Yeah. Everything in the water. Just takes care of it, yeah. For sure. Alright, so Whale 2. Okay. So not very healthy matches, but that's okay. You ideally want to get him in one cycle. 2 is fine, especially if you can make it on the way over on the second jump shot. But alright, nice little leggy room can throw off your rhythm for sliding. Even though technically it's the same, it just makes you feel like you have to wait to press it. So using that strat earlier to switch to Skull makes it so you have exact ammo to fight dive. So if you mess it up, it's before or during the fight, then you have to buster, or switch to Dust, really, which is his second weakness. So Dust isn't a terrible backup.
I would just think Dive Man was in Bison.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, Psycho Crusher, yeah. Psycho Crusher! Yeah, he was the inspiration. Cool, so now we move on to Drill. Right. We're all good. Okay. There, okay. Yeah, yeah, totally. He's a notorious run killer, for sure. Every time he dives, which you can just do at any time, whenever he feels like it after he does one of his patterns, it wastes 4 seconds, so it can be catastrophic. That's not a word. Catastrophic, that's it. It can be bad when he does that. Yep. After the next stage, and it'll go away, but for now it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. The final screen before Drill in this stage is really cool because it's a good gauge of your movement. Because if you slide chain weld, it will not unfreeze for the screen, but it's very difficult. It's pretty typical to have to. It's pretty typical to have to freeze it again. That's a very specific freeze because you have to do it on the first frame. If you don't, then you'll have bullets on the screen that they fire, and you have to do stuff through it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to just press it like right away, like right as it walks in. Otherwise, they spawn a bullet because they fire immediately as soon as you enter. Ah, almost. Almost got it. Alright, so now we head on into Drill Man. Let's go, we'll see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can do a few things. That's really good when he walks, because when he starts walking, he'll walk to the other side of the screen. Oh, we got one dive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is why I'm trying to pull him out in the corner, because if I pull him out in the corner and he starts walking, he'll definitely walk all the way to the other end before he does anything else. So it maximizes your time. Yeah, getting one dive is good. 2 is like, okay, acceptable. But in my PB, unfortunately, I got really good luck. So, I mean, it's always nice when it's happening, but then when you got to run against it. So, and then, yay, Tango! Tango's adorable. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that affects your movement. The wind here, the water in the sewers, like everything, like pulls you and moves you and pushes you. Wah, little whack. Yeah, it's. So those little slides I have to cut short because if Roll's feet touches the downfalling water at all, like a little tip of her foot, then I can't jump out of my slide and I'll just slide to my death. So you have to... Squeezing in those slides is like an optimal thing, but totally optional. Oh yeah, you freeze the screen as like the snail comes down. You don't want to do it like right away. If you freeze on the first frame, then it soft locks. So you want to wait just briefly before freezing. Yeah, it sucks. It feels bad. You're like, oh man. Little slide cancel there to make it out of the jump. Alright, cool. So, pretty smooth stage to run through. It's satisfying. So now we take out Toad. He's usually casually the first boss people fight, because he's programmed essentially to jump to your location when you fire. So most people just buster him and mash because he'll just jump at you and you can walk to the right, walk to the left. Yeah, he's notorious for being easy, which is why he's amazing and has done nothing wrong in his life, and I love him. So he just wants to dance. He just wants to.
He's a frog. So
right. He just wants to boogie. He's just trying to. Exactly. Not very fun at parties though. He starts dancing and everyone's just melting under the rain. So. Yeah. Exactly. So now we get our 2 tango things. We'll see some jet later. Unfortunately, we won't use tango diver at all. And now we start the castle stages. They start pretty rough. But then Cossack 3 is a little easy, so is 4, and then the Wily stages are fun. But usually, for me, when I first started especially, this stage and the next stage were huge barriers to my runs. Especially the next stage is pretty scary in particular. But yeah, so hopefully we'll do here. In the relay itself, I goofed. This is where I goofed really bad in this stage, so hopefully we'll get a chance to redeem ourselves. These slinkies, they look simple and kind because they're slinkies like toys, but they do a ton of damage when they hit you and they have a lot of health, so they're sneaky and dangerous. Yeah. This stage has ice physics, which if you're sliding and jumping like how I am, you don't really even notice. But if you're trying to walk, it's definitely goofy. This is notorious for killing runs, this area here. There's a despawn strat for the Skeleton Joe, but I do this, because if you don't do that despawn like perfectly, you're wasting time. So I haven't practiced yet like the absolute perfect way to do it, because I find that doing the other way is consistently faster for me so far. But this is where I got really bad in the relay. Alright, redeemed. We did it. So, alright. And this track is really good too. Cossack 1-2 is usually another favorite for this game. It's like a standout track. So here's where the 1 pixel hitbox is really gonna be annoying if we don't do it right. You have to kind of hit him on the rise and fall of his movement. So not too bad. We missed some opportunities, but not too bad. It could have been way worse. So. And now we enter Cossack 2, which is probably the most dangerous stage. It's the most tightly routed for health and ammo. Like, you literally have to intentionally take every hit and use everything perfectly, otherwise all your strats are messed up and you have to compromise and do different things. But for the most part, I mean, it's just like most stuff, you know, you work at it, it becomes better. So, lots of cool tricks, though, like starting now. We're going to use the balloon for pretty much all the stage. Do little hop. There's some cool extra balloon stuff you can do in here too. Sage was showing it off in the relay, but I'm just gonna do my basic stuff. This is where it's pretty scary because you know you're sliding around on spikes and such. Normally the usual strat is to use Rush Jet, but lots of deboosting as you can see, and very specific balloon usage. So you have to make sure you do it right. This part's scary when he opens early like that because you have to just sneak under him. It's fairly safe if you have a good rhythm for it, but it can be really a bummer when you bonk him. Oh yeah. So now this guy is also another run killer. Mega Man 4 is unfortunately like a giant casino of time saves. So the difference between the best pattern and the worst pattern here is 12 seconds. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, that's a 3. That's the worst. We call it a 3 because it goes by once, twice right here, and then on the third it'll form. Very, very unfortunate. But it's one of the more common ones. There is to get a 1-1, which is where he just forms right away at the beginning of each cycle. There's like a 1% chance of that happening. So we got a 3-2. Yeah. My PB, I have a 1-2. So, like, yeah, so getting luck like that again is going to be hard. Yeah, actually, one of my most famous clips is I got a 1 and a 1 and I messed it up and I got another 1, which is like a 1 in 1,000 chance or something. Like, if you do the math, I don't know. Because the first one's 10%, the second one's like 1. So I don't know. Right. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I haven't legitimately gotten a 1-1 that was like, okay, I got it in the run. The 1-2 is probably the best. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's the great white whale of Mega Man 4 out there, the 36. World record's 37:17 by Chelney, the legend. I'm going to have to just skip and go bottom route. So unfortunately, having to do that, you can see all the lag happening as all these things are happening on screen. The game's trying to figure it out. Because it's an auto-scroller, if you don't do the lag elimination strats, that's basically the only way to lose time, other than like bonking some stuff in the non-auto-scroller section. But usually you want to kill that stuff right away. They're not firing bullets. They're off screen, and the game maintains its integrity as far as being able to process stuff. But this is a nice mellow state. It's a good breather after Cossack 2. Like, as you just made it through Cossack 2, it's really tough. Yeah, and this one's a little more mellow. It's a little more like you just basically have to try to not die. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like you race to make it start, like get there fast. Right, start shooting up. You can also accidentally trigger him by hitting him too close to the side of them, and that's happened a lot on these next blocks right here, unfortunately, because see how it's so close? Like, I've many a time accidentally bumped it, and then it goes up, and I'm like, oops. And I could maybe balloon to save it, but usually it's just death, because you can't make it to the other one. Okay, that was scary. Yeah. Yeah. Some spots in this game are like the drop of death spots. So, for those wondering, some people don't know how to get that. Use the balloon. You pop the balloon and slide in there. We're gonna do a little cool little trick to show it off, a little moonwalk. So this is another same fight like Ring and Skull, where it should be the same thing every time. It's got a cool little attack here. Kill him with it, and it hits the other guy on the way in, which is pretty fun. Pretty satisfying to do. So we got the lag. You can either shoot like one big bullet, which is faster, or like those little ones, which, you know, there's more stuff happening, so it's slower.
That's actually one of my favorite Mega Man games, just because I love looking at it. The animation frames in my fingers.
The cockroaches, yeah. Right. I feel visually even like Mega Man 4 over Mega Man 3. I mean, I'm obviously biased, but I feel like it's a lot more, I don't know, cohesive, I guess. Like the colors and the arrangement, like it looks vibrant. I don't know how to describe it.
This game may have a little bit
Right, for sure. Well, the cartridge is also colored orange, the Rockman 4 card. Yeah. Yeah. So this stage is actually pretty mellow too for 3 and 4. Let's see if we get this. This is the scariest part. Okay, we got it. Doing that balloon jump is really tight, and you only have one balloon if your ammo's right, so you have one shot at it, and if you mess it up and the bats open early, it's a huge time loss. So the risk-reward ratio there is not very good if you don't feel safe with it. Drill is a cool weapon. Unfortunately, the huge explosion that you get the cool sound effect with causes lag, the big explosion sprites. So like when you're fighting Toad, for instance, you have to like try to not move at all while it's happening, otherwise you're going to slow down the game. The catcher. My theory is that before he was doing this stuff, like robot stuff, he was a toy maker. Because so many of his robots are like toy themed and toy-like. Yeah, exactly. He's got the crane thing going on. So sliding, like the flash stopper, affects him in a weird way. Like it makes it so he can't move when you're sliding. So you can really manipulate and control the fight by sliding around. Oh, Kalinka. And since we're a roll, we're gonna have Rock come in and explain to us we need to get going. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
And of course, the bell.
Yup. Shocker.
From the eyebrows.
I had one. Yeah, I know. I had one guy in chat once been like, "Huh, it's cool that Wily's not the bad guy in this game," and I was like, "I know, it's amazing." I just like struggle along, and then Wily happened. They're like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "I'm glad I could preserve that twist for you." Like, I'm glad you got to appreciate it, and yeah, like 2019, still got it, got the twist. I'm glad. All right, so this stage is cute. It's all Mets, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, he can be very frustrating, and he can waste a lot of time. Like, for the time duration in which it takes him to open after he closes is random. I think it's like 2 seconds or 4 seconds, so, you know. Yeah. He's I'll introduce him by name when we get to him. Oh, okay, thanks, Matt. Yeah, that was intentional? Question mark. Okay, so these are the room with the Kozu blocks. I call them Kozu blocks because you always falling off of them. So they're actually called Yoku blocks. But yeah. Oh, Tango. Tango wants to be helpful and rush to my side whenever I get hit in this game. Mega Man 3 definitely had the best rush jet for sure, but isn't that the one where you can move it around like everywhere how you want it? And this one it just goes. Yeah, I say best is in like awesome all the stuff you can do with it. And this one it's like it cruises on its own, and when you get hit, it rushes to you, which for as a speed game is frustrating because you have to. Yeah. Yeah, and he's the Met Daddy. That's his actual name. He's a fussy boss to mess with. Or I might well. Yep. So now it's Wily 2. This is I normally called the doggo stage, but this is now the cat stage. So we're gonna use Tango quite a bit after we switch to Tango. There's some really cool strats in this game or stage. Well, I mean the game, but in this stage in particular, there's some really cool stuff that can happen if you get good luck. So we'll see if we can make it happen. But this is a nice track too. The Wily 1 and 2. So now we're going to be using Tango pretty much until the very end to do a bunch of cool stuff. Alright. This is a little bit of a scary room. Ah! That's not the scary part. Here, let's see if we can do this trick. Oh! Went the wrong way. That's fine. Pretty gross room, but we'll leave it behind. Okay, got him before he lost his head there. Alright, and boom. So let's see if we can get the Hypa strat. Shoutouts to Hypa. Alright. After this coming screen, this is a really scary screen too. It's really easy to fall here, and there's a lot of ways to go slow, like stuff like that happening, or messing up this little corner jump. So let's see if we get the really cool strat. No, we didn't. He has to do an overhead shot to initiate the strat, where you do a really cool back D-boost onto the platform. Little one-tile slide jumps there. Unlike in Mega Man 3, you can't jump out of your slide in the first 8 frames, which makes those like tile slides really scary in that game. And this is a little more forgiving. The rain actually makes it so it skips his life fill, because life fills take forever in this game. So yeah, it's awesome. There's a really fun strat you can do that's slower, where you hit him with the drill. It disables his hitbox, and you can walk inside him and mash him from behind. It's a really cool glitch and really fun to do. But the actual ring fight's faster, because you don't have to menu again, because menuing wastes a ton of time. So now we're entering refights. This is the ultimate casino right here, because you have to refight all the guys that possibly waste a ton of time for you. So yeah, precisely. But I mean, it's fun though, and then just like anything with luck, like when you get it, it feels really good. You're like, yes. So until you have to run again, then you're like, no. But this is fun. So we switched to Dust here because we're gonna use Dust to fight Pharaoh, which is not his weakness, but it's faster than Buster or Bright, I believe. Right. Yeah, and you don't even get to do charge shots. You have to mash the Buster, which takes forever. So. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dust makes pretty quick work of him. So if he's not gonna, he's being real goofy though. That's ideally just like the first fight. Ideally, you want him to just stand there and throw charge shots at you. He's Toad manning us. He's bouncing around, but he's gone now. So now we have Skull. This can be a little tight if you're low on ammo, depending on how Pharaoh went. And then of course his shield is also random. No, that's pretty good. Not too bad. This next refight is my favorite. The strat I do sets you up so you can do 7 hits on Bright instead of 5. I typically only do 5, but the strat itself for the Dive Man fight is fun and cool. Yeah. Oh no! Get back here! Dive Man, you jerk! Okay, that's fine. This is fine. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When I get back here, I need to get out of here. So Bright, you know, if you played this game casually, it's super annoying when he freezes you. Like, you're definitely going to get punished somehow, and it takes up a lot of health, especially if he bonks you. Yeah. With Bright, if he's at 16, 8, or 4 health, that's when he freezes you. But if you damage him in a way with 5 odd shot, with any odd shots of Skull Shot, it sets his health up for when you start using Toad in a way that it will, it'll make it so he doesn't freeze you. 2, 3. Ah. So that Toad shot at the beginning of the fight, too, took his health down by 1, which is just enough because if you're using Dive, he'll be left with that 1 health during the fight. So taking out that 1 health at the beginning is actually really, really, really awesome. You can do that. Toad is Toad. Story of my life. So let's go to Ring. This fight, there's a cool CFO strat you can do. But I'm going to just do the typical fight. The CFO strat makes it so you don't have to collect the health and you can teleport out right away. Which can be, you know, if you're trying to be optimal, you obviously don't want to be spending time picking up health, and you want to get out right away. Yeah. Oh, this butthead. I'm going to take the health. I don't know if you know this, but Dust sucks. So I made that up. Don't steal it. So no one's ever made that joke before me. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is a fact, but... Alright, so welcome to the best sound effect in the game. It's pretty grating. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, we had just enough ammo to get him to 1. So you get him to 1 health, you pop him with a drill, it skips his life fill, and it doubles the damage of the next drill that you throw. This fight is way easier with Drill Bomb. Before I started speedrunning this game, I used Buster because I didn't know you can actually explode the bomb in the air by pressing B, and it's the explosion that damages Wily, not the drill touching him. Yeah. It's very useful. It definitely made that fight way easier for me, because doing Busters, you have to be at the very apex of your jump to even make the charge shot hit him, so it can be just annoying if you're trying to weave in and out of those shots and also make your Buster shots connect. So yeah, now we're closing in on Capsule himself, Wily Capsule. This is also super random. Ideally, you want to get these double hits with the Pharaoh weapon, but depending on where he spawns, that might not be possible. So we'll do what we can. I did not pick up the spare ammo, so if it gets dicey, I'm not gonna play too crazy because running out of ammo for this fight is awful. The only thing that hurts him is Pharaoh and Ring. Ring is just a poor backup if you have to use it. Oh, cool. There's a double hit already. Double hit is good. Yeah. Alright, coming up on time. Time. Alright, let's rock my 4. So 40, 39, 23. Alright, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Lots of some goofs there. Yeah, pretty chunky, yeah. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. Minor trivia before we just kind of like, so the guy who made Dustman and Crystal Man, it was a kid for the robot designing contest. When he grew up, he made One Punch Man. So kind of neat for people that are into that. It's a little juicy bit of trivia. Anyway, I'm Toad. Thanks for having me, and enjoy the rest of the block.